Okay, there were some questions not too long ago about how I store bread in the freezer. I mentioned in a video that pretty much everything that I eat that is a bread product comes from the freezer. Wraps, tortillas, bread of any kind, croissants, that kind of thing. So somebody asked me in some comments about how I do that. And so I thought I'd throw this together and show you guys as I'm doing my breakfast, because I'm about to have some of this as toast. I went to the store yesterday, bought a fresh loaf of the Pepperidge Farm raisin cinnamon swirl bread. So there is just no way that my husband and I would eat through this before it started to get moldy. So what I do is I break it up, a loaf like this, into sort of what I call reasonable servings, and I wrap it up in foil and then put it back into the bag. So for example, I am going to take probably, well, I'm going to eat one now, and of course there it is. I was going to say it's not open. I'll probably take like 4 slices, including the heel, and I lay it onto the foil like this, and then all I literally do is wrap it up so that it is fairly tight. Not, I don't totally smush the bread, but I do make sure that it is sealed pretty well. My point in doing this is to keep out the freezer burn. So I want to make sure that it is, sealed pretty well, but not completely squishing the bread, like I said. I prefer foil over plastic wrap. I know that 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to do 5 in this one. I know that some people prefer plastic wrap or use it to freeze their bread products. I don't use plastic wrap, mostly because I hate plastic wrap. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. It never sticks to the things that you want it to stick to, and it sticks to the things you don't want it to stick to, which is incredibly frustrating. But more than anything, when I freeze a bread product in plastic wrap, let me back up. I find that when I freeze it in foil, let's say I'm going to take this out of the freezer, it is so much easier for me to open this, grab a piece or two of what I need, pop it off, and then wrap it back. Fighting with that freaking plastic wrap coming from the freezer and trying to rewrap it, no. I don't have time for that, and I have no patience, so I'm not doing it. Here's my piece I'm going to throw in for breakfast. So I'm going to finish wrapping this up, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I get ready to pop it in the freezer. This is what it looks like when it gets ready to go back into, or go into the freezer for the first time. As much as possible, I try to reuse the original container. Sometimes when I wrap things in foil, they end up a little, puffy, so they don't fit back in here really well. This one's fine. If they don't fit for whatever reason, I just get a freezer Ziploc and label it and put it on there. If I have a whole bunch of things as well, I'm trying to think. I buy bread sometimes from a local bakery, and once I get it sliced and wrapped, it never fits back into the container. It also, or the package, it tends to be a really large loaf, so I'll split it between a couple of Ziplocs. But this is what it looks like. It's going to go in the freezer, and then I'm done with my bread. Monday, March 21st, time to get back in the swing of things. I have 2 Jimmy Dean turkey sausage links for 2 points, a slice of Pepperidge Farm cinnamon raisin bread toasted up for 3 points, and a little bit of fat-free cream cheese for 0 points that I've mixed with Splenda and cinnamon. You can't see my hard-boiled egg here. It was still cooling off, so I hadn't peeled it yet. The applesauce is not a part of this breakfast at all. I also am drinking coffee, of course, 1 point worth of Coffee Mate sugar-free sweet Italian cream. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points, including coffee for breakfast. I am going to have a little bit of cantaloupe here. It's 10 o'clock, way too early for lunch, so just snack on some fruit. 0 points. It is lunchtime, and I apologize. I had to cut into this chicken breast to make sure it was warmed all the way through. I wasn't positive. So this is actually my lunch from yesterday. My husband's birthday was yesterday. We went to his favorite Italian restaurant, and I got the chicken piccata. And if you saw my March 19/20 Everyday Smart Points video, you saw that I showed the full picture. It comes with 2 chicken breasts and lots of veggies, and I ate half yesterday. I'm eating the other half for lunch. Yesterday I didn't count the points. Today I did some calculating to try to figure out how many points this would be. So what I did was I measured this chicken breast all by itself. It was about 3.5 ounces, so I'm counting it as 4 ounces just to be safe. That is 3 points. And then the vegetables are all 0-point vegetables, but obviously there's a couple of things going on here. One is that chicken piccata is typically very lightly dusted with flour before it is sort of pan fried, and then there's like a lemon caper sauce with some butter in it. So what I did was, and the vegetables probably have a little bit of butter or oil as well, so I counted the chicken breast as 3. I just went ahead and said, you know what, I'm going to throw in 5 points for butter and flour. So this whole lunch I'm going to count as 8 points, and that will be that. I am going to make beef stew tonight from the Pioneer Woman. I'm going to use it as an opportunity to show you guys how I use the recipe builder specifically to build a recipe and figure out points when I'm using a recipe that has no points, no nutrition information whatsoever. So watch for that to post later this week. I'll show you my snack or dinner, whichever comes first next. I'm having a cup of tea. I missed my tea on the cruise. Like most vacations, I packed some things that I did not need, and I wished that I had had some things packed that I didn't pack. I almost packed some tea bags, and then I thought, no, surely they're going to have at least a marginally decent selection of tea. They had 2 kinds of tea bags. One was plain old Lipton black tea, and the other was some kind of green tea, which, no. So I went without tea the whole week. I'm back home, and I've had tons of tea already, but I'm going to have some tea right now. It's a little chilly here. This is actually the rum raisin biscotti, so I don't have much of this left, but it's a winter tea, so I'm going to try to finish it up. So I'm going to drink my tea and be done with my afternoon. Hopefully it'll stretch me a little bit further. Oh, PB2, how I missed you. So it's funny, I was pulling my snack together and I was thinking, it doesn't really matter if at home you eat, you know, low calorie or low carb, or you eat whatever the hell you want, that you can go on vacation, and no matter how much food you're surrounded by, there are things that you are glad to come home to. And I don't know if it's because they're just comforting or you truly miss them, but this is one of the things that, until I could buy some bananas yesterday, I had been missing. Of course, there was no peanut butter to be found on the ship, and if there was, I don't know that I would have eaten any because, you know, peanut butter, high calorie, but maybe next time I'll pack some peanut butter packets. Anyway, so yeah, I was thinking about this, and this is one of those things I really wanted. So this is a Quaker Chocolate Crunch rice cake for 2 points, and 1 point worth of PB2 and a banana, which is 0. So this is a 3-point snack, and I'm just really looking forward to it because yummy. An unsweetened applesauce for a snack for 0 points. I'm working on dinner, and I'm having a snack. I have 0 points here. The bowl and the tomatoes all blend together. These are grape tomatoes. I've sliced them in half slightly and sprinkled them with just a teeny bit of balsamic vinegar and a little bit of salt. I have a mini Baby Bell Light, that's 1 point, and I have 1 point worth of the Crunchmaster Original multi-grain, multi-seed crackers, whatever these things are called. So 2 points plus 0, 2 for a snack. Yeah, looking forward to dinner. I am enjoying a latte. It's decaf because it's like 6:30 at night. I'm finishing up dinner and figured a point on my 1% milk. This is a 3rd cup in here that's been steamed up, is better than 3 points on vodka. So this is dinner. This is a half serving of the Pioneer Woman beef stew, and I'm going to link the recipe down in the description bar. I'm also going to link here the video that I did regarding the recipe builder and calculating points for things you don't know points for. And I also, bizarrely enough, had 4 Ritz for 2 points, and I didn't have the points for it.